to depart. Come, Holy Spirit, with us to stay, that with you we live from day to day.
Pubuduwa celebrated the 40th anniversary on the day of Pentecost in June 2011. The founder of the Pubuduwa, Rev Fr Abayaratne, was made the chaplain to the Y.C.W, Y.C.S, national movements and the Archdiocesan youth movements. With the youth unrest of 1970 in the country, he too underwent a time of deep inner turbulence that eventually made the Archbishop, the late Cardinal Thomas Cure, to send him to Rome for a program of spiritual renewal. After a brief period with the Focolare movement in Grotto Ferrara in Rome and under the benign influence of the Oblate Father Valerian Gode, he spent a short time with a Catholic charismatic family in England. It was during this short stay that at a charismatic prayer meeting in Surrey that he was prayed over for an outpouring of the Holy Spirit. The event, though seemingly insignificant, had led to a turnaround in his life. On his return to Sri Lanka in 1971, he was interrogated at the infamous fourth floor of the Criminal Investigation Department for unfounding suspicion with the youth insurrection of the time. At this particular encounter with the interrogators, he found the words in Luke 21:12-15 come alive. It is in this context of such like spirit-filled experiences that the renewal, the Kithu Pubuduwa of today, began to happen. The founding of the Apostolate of Renewal, or the Pubuduwa in Sinhala, was completely unplanned. It is an event in the history of the Catholic Church of Sri Lanka. Its author is none other than the Holy Spirit, as always publicly and openly said by Rev Father Abayaratne. At the beginning, the Pubuduwa had to face a lot of difficulties and oppositions from various quarters. However, the fire of the Holy Spirit began to spread. Accusations, petitions came pouring to the then Cardinal Archbishop against the movement. As a person who participated in the Second Vatican Council, the dear Cardinal Thomas Cure had the wisdom to understand the working of the Holy Spirit and his blessings and stood by the Pubuduwa. Besides the characteristics of the charismatic renewal in general the world over, a special charisma has been recognized for the Pubuduwa in Sri Lanka in keeping with its vision and aim. First, the experience of emptying in the manner of the Blessed Mother as a gift of the Holy Spirit. Second, the experience of the unique sonship of Jesus in the light of the Holy Spirit. Third, the experience of our own divine sonship and all that flows therefrom. Fourth, to live, move, obey, and have my being before the mystery that is God the Father. Life in the Pubuduwa begins with encountering Christ and receiving the baptism of the Holy Spirit. In 1978, 4 young girls opted to serve by living single for the Lord. Later, realizing they were called to a life at the foot of the cross, bonded to Jesus Christ and to the whole world, they chose the name Subandi, meaning bonded to all. As at today, the Subandi community comprises of 50 both young men and women. Out of them, 4 were called to priesthood. 2 were ordained by the then Bishop of Badul, the Right Reverend Edmund Fernando, and 2 were ordained by the Archbishop, Right Reverend Cardinal Malcolm Ranjit. Pubuduwa is for the church. Pubuduwa is for the country. Simplicity has become the living tradition of Pubuduwa. Even though the journey of the Pubuduwa was not an easy one, with great reverence we would like to mention that the Mother Church of Sri Lanka was with the Pubuduwa throughout the 40 years of her history. History of the Church in Sri Lanka will confirm that at the start of the Pubuduwa, the Bible had not got into the hands of the people. The contributions made by the Pubuduwa to take the Bible to the hands of the people will go down in history. The Lord answered our deep desire to print the Bible in our little press when the Bible Society named the Pubuduwa as the official printer of the Holy Bible in Sinhala in Sri Lanka. The Pubuduwa today has become the answer to the Catholics who joined the fundamentalists. One of the most painful events that the Pubuduwa had to undergo as a community was a formation of a breakaway group in 1996. A whole year was spent in trying to get them back to the fold, which did not yield the desired result. This was also conveyed to the authorities of the church. However, we are happy that this group still functions within the Catholic Church. We thank God that anyone joining the Pubuduwa begins to cherish the wisdom of the Catholic Church and shall never leave the Mother Church. In living the kingdom values, Pubuduwa throughout the history has influence in the political, economic, cultural dimensions and interreligious dialogue. The calling of the Pubuduwa is to renew the church and continuously contribute for its renewal. May I wind up with the last verse of the theme song of the Kithu Pubuduwa, composed in the year 1974. Love, live power, gifts of the Spirit. With new life abounds on community, until Jesus comes from glory from above. May the Kithu Pubuduwa prosper day by day.